Hello everyone, I'm Utkasha Soni and today we are going to discuss about values and skills. We are also going to discuss about secular values and spiritual values practiced in management. So let's start with the values first. So what are exactly the values? So values are our feelings, emotions that underpin the content of choice and decision and determine the manner of using the intellect and reason for justifying and implementing that decision. So values are basically the standards that a person uses to judge the rightfulness or wrongfulness of any action. So values are relatively stable formed after a long process of socialization, and values are like peace, accountability, honesty, integrity. Ethics is the study of human action in the light of its rightfulness or wrongfulness as a means to achieve ultimate happiness. And if we talk about today's world, so in this today's changing world, it is very much necessary to be professionally competent to address the evolving demand of work life. However, it is also important to remain ethical. Why? Because so that you can work for a welfare of people selflessly. Let's take an example of an IS officer like Armstrong Pam, who maintained transparency, integrity while professionally managing to construct roads without any government support. We also require ethics and values to handle instances of conflict of interest and ethical dilemmas in a professional manner. It also required to ensure highest standard of integrity, honesty in public and private sphere while maintaining efficiency in service delivery. We also require ethic and values so that we can work as a role model for others. If we talk about the people like Ketan Parekh, H.C. Gupta, so they work. They were all professionally competent, but they lacked with the ethical values of selflessness, honesty, integrity, and that's why they committed scams and they spoiled their image. And if we talk about people like E.D. Sridhan or let's say Ratan Tata, they not only show the professionalism, but they also maintain the highest ethical standards of discipline, honesty, and integrity, and therefore they become a role models for others. So it is said, knowledge without ethic is disastrously. Hence, it is necessary to foster strong ethical values in managers so as to channelize the proficiency in the right direction. So basically, values are the individual principle that guide judgment and behavior of a person or a group. So ethics, on the other hand, is systematic study of human action for a point of view of rightfulness and wrongfulness, as we discussed before. So along with the professionally competent, it is really important to inculcate this ethical principles in a work because first of all the manner and the purpose of work affects the confidence of people in that office, so ultimately in the constitutional structure as well. So we need to be very much accountable and transparent. Secondly, principles like objectivity can be upheld, which will help in being unbiased and impartial. Example like while making appointments or giving any reward, so you need to be unbiased and impartial. Thirdly, it will help in better handling of a situation dealing with the conflict of interest. So an ethically professional, he always know that what thing he need to be avoid, disclose, recuse. So he's well known about all the situations. Next, it will also help in taking a decision that are beneficial for a larger section of the society. Example like service before profit will be a guiding principle. So thus, with the increasing educated consumers and public, it is imperative for the professionals and the young managers to not only just to be competent but also to become ethical. So you're self-regulating and careful in their action, else may they will lose their long-built trust. So our today's topic is about the values and skills. But before discussing about the values and skills, we just will go through about the golden rule of ethics. So the following are the forms of the golden rules in ethics. Each of these forms the basis of all human values, and these are a core values to change one first. First is everything you want others to do, you shall do the first. Secondly, do not do others that which you do not wish them to do to you. And thirdly, do not do anything to others that if done to you would cause a harm to you. So these are the very important golden rules of ethics. On the basis of these golden rules, human values is emerged. So now we will talk about the values and the skills both. So values and the skills. So here you can see there's some difference between values and skills. So to become, we need a values, and to do, we need a skills, right? So when I talk about to being honest, so it's a value. But if you are good with the technical things, so this is your skill, because you require a technical stuff to perform your work. But the value is something like honesty. So automatically, if you are the honest person, so that person you will become. So to become, we need values, and to perform the things, we need skills. Secondly, becoming, needing values. So must precede doing, needing things. Values should act as a basis of the skills acquired. Values are the means of perfection, whereas skills must have a sound system of values as the base. Otherwise, one can manipulate skills for ulterior motives. Next thing is, values are internal, dealing with the internal development of a person and purifying the mind and heart. Whereas skills, on the other hand, they make a person proficient. So basically, values is a means of perfection of personality. Next thing is, the field of value is governed by union, holism and relatedness. More often than not, skills are used to bring about division, fragmentation and separation. Values bring about excellence and universal good, whereas skills see us through mechanics of management. So skills are not enduring, but values are. Skills may change with the passage of time. Policy is flexible, principles and values are not. That's the thing. We have a permanent fundamental values, and skills must possess through the corridors of values, and the corridors have to be kept not a dark and untidy, but very, very neat and clean. So that's all about the values and skills. Now we will talk about secularism and spiritual values in management. So before we see the difference between both of them, let's talk about secularism. Secularism means non-religions. So secular values are based on facts and science. It's a professional value which completely ignores the difference of caste, color, religion, culture, etc. Secularism means being materialism and task oriented for managers. If we discuss the main feature of secularism, so first is primary emphasis on the material and the culture improvement of human being. Secondly, it concern for the world and its improvement. It helps in maximizing the profit without discriminating workforce, and it has a responsibility towards society. And one should take maximum efforts for the well-being of society. That secularism believes. It also talks about the professionalism. Decision should not be on the basis of religion, caste, color, etc. So here secular values, it's lay emphasis on brotherhood of man and unity of the world. Now if we talk about spiritualism, spiritual means religious. The person who believe in religion. Human values are based on spiritualism. They act as the base for a thought, actions, skills, behaviors, and will mold character. So it believes on a divine quality like respect to elders, believe in giving and taking satisfaction. Then it also talk about work is a worship. One should work with more confidence and loyalty, dedication, responsibility and motivation. So self-disciplined helps in a proper usage of our time, energy and other resources. So here when we talk about spiritualism, spiritual people actually believe in a religion. So now let's see the difference between both of them, how they differ from each other. So one talks about religion, another don't talk about the religion. So it refers to the worldly thoughts and philosophies as produced by the management gurus. So find its way from Maslow need hierarchy and culminate till most modern thoughts on management, that is spirituality. So here views on values are not generally ethical by nature. Here the secularism, when we talk about it, means something that is devoid of any involvement or of any kind with a religion. Whereas when we talk about the non-secularism, it means pretty much the exact opposite. However, there are many, particularly in the religion, the community who believe that being spiritual but not religion is a distinction without any actual difference. And so they would argue that what the asker clearly meant is whether or not there is a difference between the management style of one who's secular or non-religion versus who is a religious and non-secular. So now let us discuss about difference between secular and spiritual values in management. So now we know about the secularism, which talk about non-religious things. We also know about the spiritualism, which talks about religious things. So here in a secularism, we treat management values as a science. So here we talk about the science, not a religion. Here we treat management value as an evolutionary concept. Here views and values are not generally ethical by nature, because here we are not ethically believe that we need to be a religious. Contribution of Indian thought is comparatively poor in a secularism. Whereas when we talk about spiritualism, here we treat management value as a philosophy, and we believe in ethical sources like Bhagavad Gita and other ethical sources like Upanishad, Vedas, and we are ready to reconnoiter of values based on management. Here, ethical or moral in its true sense. And the contribution of Indian thought has a magnificent theories. So this is the basic difference between the spiritual as well as the secularism. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.